right, here we are, Carson. We get to talk about the market. Everybody.
So you're showing clients now. What's happening when you're showing? Are you finding buyers? You're finding sellers?
Both. I think that the same reluctance that comes from buyers because of interest rates. Everybody wants to complain about interest rates. It's the same thing for the sellers now. And I think that the stats kind of back that up a little bit.
Yeah. So active listings. Do you know where we're at?
Active listings. I know, listen, for a long time we've been hovering around 21,000, somewhere in there. I think we're at 20,600, so about 20 and a half, just a little over.
Coming from last year where we're at like 7,700, which is a huge increase.
I believe it was 7,777.
But the real question is, are we in a buyer's or seller's market?
Oh, man. Well, I'll tell you what, this is what a lot of people don't know, because everybody wants to say this or say that, but what would be a seller's market versus a buyer's market?
A seller's market is when obviously there's more sellers.
Well, I know that. I'm saying, what metric? What do we look at?
So right around 24,000 listings is a seller's market for Maricopa County.
So we're knocking on the door.
Yeah, we're getting closer. But the problem now is with interest rates higher, there are less sellers wanting to put on their property on the market because they see that there's a big change in the interest rates and they know that there's less buyers. So, it's kind of starting to even out a little bit, I would say.
Yeah, so where we are, we're knocking on the door of that balanced market, but I think
year over year, it seems like a lot because it's 165% higher in inventory.
Yeah, I'll say.
But right? We're at a really low level a year ago.
But here's the thing, because if you haven't been watching it like we do, right, you might think 165%, that's crazy. And it was for a little bit because it was going up pretty fast. We would have our weekly meetings.
And we even had a sell that happened last year where they had to include the cat. Who wants to keep someone's cat?
Yeah.
But that's how crazy the market was. People were including their cat in the deal.
Don't get me started. Listen, all you buyers all know that, a year ago we were talking about you have to go above asking price, right? You have to let them live there in your house after you already bought it for a certain amount of time, and forget repairs, you're not getting it. But
what's happening now? You're showing clients, are you getting better deals for them?
I tell you, we are coming in under asking price the majority of the time. We're getting concessions now.
So if they didn't have a lot of money before, they're actually getting it where they don't have to put a lot into it, right? To actually get the house?
Yeah, and you know what? It's interest rates went up. That kind of paved this way for that, right? Mm-hmm. But when the interest rates come down, we may regress back to where we were. So
monthly sales, we're at 5,400 this last month. And a year ago, we were at 8,700 roughly.
So a lot more houses were being sold last year than that, huh?
We need roughly to have a balanced market 7,500. So we're below that right now. So we need to up these sales, which, what happened last week with interest rates?
Yeah, so interest rates were at like 7.5%. They were, just today.
It had the biggest decrease in interest rates since 2020.
Yeah, so everybody sees the Fed keeps raising, but you know what? That's totally separate from mortgage rates. And so ours went down after the Fed raised it. Ours went down, which leads me to believe we've probably seen the worst of it for a little while at least.
Yeah. We'll see.
Right? I gotta check my crystal ball right after
there you go.
leave here.
Yeah. Median sales price. You know where we're at with that?
Right where we're at right now?
Yeah. What's the median price?
415,000 is the median sales price. But where were we last year?
That's where we were last year.
Oh.
So this year,
we're 436,000 is where we're at now. So where were we last year?
So you got it right. We're up 5.1%. It might not seem like we're up year over year because things in the media are going crazy and they're saying that this is the worst market in the last 100 years, and but we're actually up 5.1%. And obviously interest rates are going to continue to affect the market. Hopefully they stable out. We got numbers this week that inflation is starting to go down. So if anyone watches the stock market, you might see things starting to go up in price.
I don't watch the stock market, but I do watch my grocery receipt bill. And so I don't know, it's still astronomical, but I trust you.
The Doritos, are they going down yet?
I don't know, man. So, but I'll tell you, two things happen with that interest rate though, is that like we said before, buyers are afraid, they're sitting on the fence, they don't want to jump into the market. But sellers, like you said before, you alluded to, sellers are afraid to put their house on the market because they don't want it sitting there.
But when you're in a seller's market, the seller is still going to get close to the top of the market, which is, I think sellers don't realize that. But
it's just about patience. It's the difference is
you got to price it right?
Exactly, you have to price it right, and it's unrealistic to think that what happened last year and the year before was going to continue, where you list a house on Thursday and it's gone on Monday. It's unrealistic. It's not healthy for the market or my health, for that matter. So I think that kind of where we're at now, you're setting a realistic expectation that you may be on the market a little bit longer, but as long as you price it correctly, it's just about patience and time.
Yeah, totally agree. If you have additional questions on this market, if you're a buyer or seller, give us a call, 480-201-0416. We'd love to help you, Joey or I or anyone on the team. So look forward to talking to you guys soon.
Let's go.